Hi, it's Darnell with Whale Recipes. Today, I'm going to be cooking up a lot of codfish in the Ninja Foodi XL Pro air fry oven. Probably going to need 2 racks to do it. And so, let's see how it performs, and let's get cooking right now. So here's what I'm doing for this cook. I've got 2.5 pounds of codfish fillet. It's 2 large fillets, and I don't want to have to cut them up or anything. So I'm going to be using 2 of the bake pans from the Ninja Foodi XL Pro air fry oven, and I've got them lined with my Copper Chef bacon grill mats. For you who are interested in them, sorry, I don't think they make them anymore, so you'll have to line yours with whatever you can find. I've got some ghee, which is clarified butter, has a high smoke point, but I'm not going to really be cooking that hot, but I'm going to be using the ghee in this cook along with some Old-Bay seasoning. Basically, I'm not going to be flipping this fish over during the cook. I'm basically just going to coat the top of it with a very light coating of ghee, and then I'm going to sprinkle on the Old-Bay seasoning. For you who have not used ghee before, I want to show it to you just so that you're aware. Ghee is it's basically hard when it's at room temperature, and you don't have to refrigerate it like you would some other things. You can just leave it on your shelf. It basically lasts forever until you use it, and like I said, it has a high smoke point, so it's good for cooking, and it's more healthful than some other oils and things. So I'm going to go ahead, get a light coating of ghee on here, and then coat it with the Old-Bay seasoning. And like I said, it's just going to be a light coating of the ghee. So I'll bring you on back once I got things all seasoned up and all oiled down with the ghee and whatnot. I'm going to put them over into the pans and go ahead and start prepping the meat. Alright, so I've got everything all basically oiled up with ghee and seasoned up with Old-Bay. Do want to point out, nothing in the video is sponsored. I'm going to be using the lowest rack level and the 3rd rack level up. And to track temperature, because my model doesn't have the temperature probe built in, I'm going to be using the iGrill 2, and I've got a link to like my Amazon shop in the video description. You can pick up this meat probe there if you're interested in it. So I'm just going to put one probe down deep here into this piece of meat here, and like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this other piece here up top and put probe deep down into it as well. So got a probe in there, and close up, and so turn the iGrill 2 on. Let's hit it again. There we go. So now it's on the track temperature. Now I'm going to turn the cooker on, and I'm going to go to the function, the air roast function. So there it is on air roast, and I'm going to hit the 2 rack level button so that we're using 2 racks. For temperature, I'm going to up temperature to 375. So we'll just leave that there like that. For cooking time, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm just going to leave it at an hour. We're going to be cooking by temp anyway. Cooker has like a 90-second quickie preheat, so I just put everything in and let it go. So with all that said, hitting start, and I'll bring you on back when things look like they're further along. So things have been cooking along for 14 minutes. The top one has reached 145. The lower one's about 20 degrees cooler. But I've got to open up, and I've got to get that one on top out because it's already reached the full cooking temp. So I'm trying to get the temperature probe out of here. I'm going to go ahead and get that one off. You can see the lower one is at 128. It's still kind of cool. So I think I can just take the pan out and just set the pan aside for a little bit before I get it onto the cutting board with the other one. So I'm just going to close on up. I'll set this aside and bring you back. So now about 16.5 minutes have passed. We're at 144. It's about to hit 145, and it did. It, just about 16.5 minutes even. So, well, it was 16.5 minutes even when it hit 145, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. Seems I got some meat stuff on my meat probe when I tried to get this one out. I'll have to just leave that up there and get the temperature probe out the way. But you can see this one that's on the lower rack, and I will say I know all about carryover. Ooh, burnt my hand down there a little bit. I know all about carryover. It's not something that I prefer to use, although I know all about it, and I know some of you strongly like it, but I don't. So here are both, and so you can see them both together. You can let me know what you think about that. I'm going to go ahead and try and get the one that was last in the cooker out and put it onto the cutting board for our cutting, plating, and taste testing. It looks like things have come apart a little bit though. So I'll get this meat probe out the way now. But it cooked up really fast, and that's cool. And it looks like it cooked up very moist. It's very moist. It's very soft. It's like almost gelatinous. It's so soft. I don't know if the ghee is playing a role in that, making it so soft, but maybe so. So here we go. It's kind of coming apart on me a little bit. It's all good, I think. I'll be taste testing in a moment to see. So there we go. We got it, just a couple more little bits I'm going to get out. That's cool. That's good there. So I'll go ahead and close it on up with that there. So I'm going to just let that rest for like maybe 5 minutes to reabsorb juices, and then I'll just get a piece off to do a taste test with you. So I've given things time to rest, and so going to basically go ahead, I don't even need to cut it with a knife, it's so tender, but just take a piece there, put it on my plate, and so let's go ahead and do a taste test. Thank God for some codfish, and so just breaking a piece off there with the fork and see if I can get it onto my fork. Let's taste. It's very good. It's real good. Basically, it's buttery tender. I mean, it's buttery tender to ghee. I think that just helped make it even more tender. And so the seasoning's good, the fish is good. It just came out all good. So real nice job there cooking up the fish by the Ninja Foodi. And so now you know how to do it. Also in the video description there'll be a printable version of the recipe as well. And also in the video description there's lots of ways to help the channel, such as my cookbook, donations, merch, memberships, all that good stuff. And so with all of that said, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification icon, and good eating.